What's going on, everybody? I'm Lamb, and this is Black Leaning. Just riding around thinking about this upcoming election, which is less than 30, 40 days, something like that. What are we, October? It's less than 30 days now, isn't it? But I was listening to Simone Sanders and some other people talking about the black male vote, and there still seems to be an issue with black men voting for Kamala Harris, which perplexes me to no degree. That a lot of black men, successful black men, it seems to be, are more willing to vote for a white master than for a black woman, and it boils down to a master-slave complex, perhaps a jealousy, inferiority complex that some successful black men have as relates to black women, because black women seem to be doing better than black men overall when it comes to education, home ownership, and things of that nature. And this is kind of how I look at it. I've talked to a lot of friends. We've chatted about this at length, ad nauseum. Seems to me, and this is follow me. We had slavery. Everybody know about slavery. But a black man was treated like crap. The black woman was treated like crap. Black folks were treated like animals. And worse than animals, actually, when you think about how people treat their animals. White folks love their animals. But they treat black people like nothing. Sorry for the road noise if you can hear. Just riding, thinking, and talking. So you have slavery. Then black folk got rights. Slavery was abolished, even though we ain't heard about it for another month or so. That's why we have Juneteenth. Then after that we had sharecropping. White folks still had a finger on us. Black men were mistreated and demeaned and all that in front of their wives, just to look like nothing. The black men never really had the opportunity to be men, strong men, until, a little later, black men had a little power, was in charge of their households. It's the 50s, 60s maybe? I'm not big the best on history. I'm assuming it's 50s, 60s. Y'all correct me, I'm sure you will. But black men were leading their households. They worked. They didn't want their women to work, I don't think, but the women did. They were housekeepers and stuff like that, nannies and stuff. But the man took care of the house. Not only did he take care of his house, he turned into the slave owner because he's whooping his woman ass. Black women were getting their asses whooped by their black men on the regular. Not all, but a lot. You didn't talk back to your man. You didn't talk back to your black king. They really, black folk cling to their Bibles. And they take a lot of that literal, that's not even necessarily literal. And then they take also God, man, woman, child, super literal, to the point to where you don't disrespect, you don't talk back, you don't overstep your bounds in that order, in that pecking order. And so black men were leading in it, but shortly after that, women became, black women. It's possible that white women getting whipped by their husbands too. So let's just point that out. Black women as a whole were getting their asses whooped, and they were being bossed around, didn't have rights when it came to their husbands. They couldn't speak up. Couldn't work. Someone couldn't have bank accounts. A lot of shit they couldn't do other than take care of the kids and clean up and get your ass in there in that bed and spread eagles. That was the place of women, and it seems to have been to some supported by the Bible. I went into a Bible. I'm not into a religious conversation. But what I'm trying to say is we had slavery where men were treated like crap, black men. Then we had a small point of time where black men led their families, and they were the leader, they were the boss. Everything was on them, and they felt a sense of pride in being able to do that. However, a lot of them were abusive to their women in that time. And then women started coming up, not only white women but black women as well, and started going to school, started getting bank accounts, started being independent. The whole women's lib movement And it seems as though at that point, black men were here, black women were here, black women started getting the same opportunities as black men, and black men started still continuing, and black women kind of outpaced the black man. So that time that the black man had to be like their white master and enjoy that pride boost of being in charge, that ego boost, if you will, it didn't last long enough for them, it seems. And the black woman started surpassing in all those different areas we talked about earlier. And it seems as though there's a sourness, there's a bitterness, as a jealousy, it seems to me, by a lot of black men, because they didn't get a chance to experience that long enough. There's a jealousy. And sorry, I'm driving all over the road. And black women haven't stopped. They and not only did they surpass men in those areas, black men in those areas, some of them got a little attitude with it. You know what I'm saying? There's a world where some black women that talk down, that demean their men in relationships, that make more than their men and make them feel horrible, even worse. And it seems to have made it even worse, as some people say, which is not proper, worse. You know, so it's this whole black man versus black woman thing, and it seems to be worse with successful black men who feel like they work their asses off. They're not the ones that are incarcerated, because a lot of black men, unfortunately, are incarcerated, and they feel like we're the good ones. We worked our butts off to get to this place. We've done what the white man has done. We deserve a certain level of respect as a result. We need you to point it out. We need you to acknowledge what we've done. And when they're not getting that acknowledgement, it seems to add on. So that a lot of them are very cruel in their speak as it relates to black women. They have to go above and beyond, and they like to overcorrect, it seems, to prove that you won't treat me like these scrubs. You're not better than me, woman. You're a woman. I'm a man. I'm a black man. I'm a king. And I make high six figures, mid six figures. And I'm successful. And I'm handsome. And I'm this and I'm that. And I'm strong. And I said all that rambling for the past few minutes to say that there's a black man, black woman problem, in my opinion, which goes to the fact that it seems like a lot of black men aren't willing to vote for a black woman as president. I went all the way around the bend to say that. How could you be more willing to vote a felon, incoherent, idiot, weird, dummy, blustering white man as president versus an educated former district attorney, vice president, strong black woman? It makes no sense. And the fact that they're Democrats, Democratic Negroes, Negroes, more rather vote a Republican white master in than a black woman because she's a woman. She's black. That's sad as hell. And then I know some people say, mind you, I'm independent, so I'm not even Democrat. I actually find fiscally, I'm more on the conservative Republican side than I am on the Democrat side. I'm socially Democrat, fiscally Republican. So I'm right down the middle. So I vote either way. I've always voted either way. I voted Republican, I voted Democrat. I won't just pick one. But for those that have been gung-ho Democrats, I find it odd and I find it sad that you choose this time, to decide, oh, nope, I can't just vote Democrat like I always have. I gotta what's best for my pocketbook now? Now is the worst fucking time. You really decide to do that now when we got opportunity to put a black woman in the highest office in the land? You don't find a sense of pride in that, in being able to do that? You'd rather try to get a jab in to make your ego, pride feel better, and not allowing a black woman to get your vote in order to get that office. It's a sad ass thing. It's sad. There's no good excuse for it. I would even go so far as to say I don't give a damn about. I heard Simone Sanders say she appreciates the fact that they're looking at what's best for them. No. This ain't the time for that. I don't give a damn what our policies are. I know what they are because I follow politics. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers who are supposed undecideds or deciding against her that don't even know anything about politics. Don't know a goddamn thing. Ain't followed it. Don't know how bills are passed. Don't know how we get laws. Don't know anything about the three branches of government. They don't know what's going on. All they know if it's a black woman running and a white man and Donald Trump running. That's all they know. Me knowing, I don't give a damn what our policies are because we can't allow someone to get into office that wants to be a dictator, that wants to be Vladimir Putin, that wants to be Kim Jong-un, that wants to be President Xi in China, that wants to be these dictators that's going to rule. What does it mean that they want to be dictators? We keep hearing these talking points. We say all these things over and over. Every news source is saying the same shit over and over. Everybody says, excuse my French. Everybody says the same thing. What does it mean that he wants to be a dictator? That means he wants to destroy democracy. What does that mean? We keep hearing that. It means that he wants it to be no longer where you have a voice and a vote to decide who's going to be in office, to decide who's going to run the country, decide who's going to run local government, state government. Basically, strip away our rights when it comes to deciding how our country runs. No more elections. Trump decides that all illegals, all Haitians, all Mexicans have to go back to their country. It's just, he says it and it happens. There's no discussion or vote. There's no Congress. You don't get a voice. You don't get a representative in Congress. That's how dictatorships work. Whatever Putin says happens. He don't get voted out. Whatever he wants to happen. Whatever Kim Jong-un in North Korea says happen. This fool, they say, there's stories that say this fool had dogs attack and eat up his uncle who opposed him. And he can do that because he's the boss. He's the king of North Korea. What he says goes. There's no, like right now, the Supreme Court has ruled that presidents have immunity, at least partially. Immunity. If they can prove that they're operating in their official capacity as president, that anything they do, they can't be held liable for it. That's dictatorship. That is dictatorship. They laid the groundwork. And why did the Supreme Court do that? Because Trump appointed 3 Supreme Court justices for the purpose of agreeing to do whatever he wanted them to do to give him this power that he wants to be a dictator. I gotta wake up. You niggas need to wake the fuck up. What is wrong with you all? What is wrong with you? You should be willing, just like a lot of celebrities and millionaires and billionaires, like white men, even like Mark Cuban, are willing to sacrifice their tax breaks or however Republican policies would have benefited them or helped them or saved them money. They're willing to sacrifice that for at least 4 years so that we can preserve democracy and still have a voice by putting in Kamala Harris. It don't matter if it's Kamala Harris or not. It don't matter if it was Bernie Sanders, who I'm opposed to because he's a socialist. I would have still voted for Bernie Sanders. I would still voted for Biden, who's half dead. I would have voted for anybody outside of Trump. Anybody. If RFK, who we can't even fucking understand what he's saying because his voice is all jacked up, I would have voted for him other than Trump. Because Trump has blatantly said what he is going to do. And what he's going to do, it could be irreversible. I like having rights. I enjoy my rights as a citizen. Abortions are banned in most places now. Trump They're saying that he might do a national abortion ban. Right now, he's throwing it to the states. He keeps saying that I'll put it with the states for the states to decide individually whether they want abortions to be legal or not. And I think it's legal in California. I think it's not legal in Texas. That's for damn sure, where I live. So, with that being said, if a woman in Texas wants to get an abortion, she can't. Matter of fact, the doctor can go to jail for life for even participating in it. Not even just abortion, like in vitro fertilization, IVF as well. With that being said, a woman, let's say you live in Texas, you live in Dallas, you are raped. Not only are you raped, but the doctors say that if you go through with this pregnancy because of issues, you might lose your life because of some complications. Just going to give you an extreme example. You can't get the abortion because you get in trouble. It's illegal to get it. The doctors ain't gonna do it because they go to jail. You're gonna die, or you have to try to go to a whole nother state to get an abortion. Then there's aftercare perhaps that goes along with it. It's just too much. And then if you decide, I don't want to live in a state that bans abortions, which is Trump's point of view. If you don't want to live in a state, move to another state. How easy is it right now for you to just book up and move to another goddamn state? I think about me. If I want to move to another state right now, there's a lot that goes into that. While I'm a YouTuber and content creator, I still have a full-time job I work. Full-time job. And guess what? That full-time job is in Dallas. I got to put in for a transfer and try to see if there's a position open in a place where it's legal. I got to book up my family, perhaps, if I have a family. It's a lot to just move out of state. You can't just book up and move out of state. There's a lot that goes into that. It's not just a decision. Let me go. No, it's not that way. Ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot. It can be quite expensive. There's a lot of logistics to think about when it comes to moving to an and where in that state? Going there by yourself, don't know nobody. Everybody's not into that. Me personally, I am, because my kids are almost grown. It'd be a little easier for me, but a lot of people it's not easy for. Anyway, that's my point of view on Negroes, successful Negroes that are refusing, not because of anything substantive, to not vote for Kamala Harris because she's a black woman, and choosing to vote for the white master to satisfy him, and hopefully he gets some acknowledgement out of it or something. I don't know what they think they're gonna get, but you can't be too smart, black man, as successful as you may be, that you can listen to Donald Trump and listen, so that you can listen to Donald Trump and think, ooh, that makes sense. Ooh, that's good. That makes sense. Wow, he make a lot of sense. Ooh, I like that. Oh, he cares. Oh, he's capable. Oh, he's in his right mind. Oh, and then some of y'all are possibly Christians, and say, ooh, that's a good God. That's God would approve. I need to, first of all, the Christians that are listed, you need to stop calling yourself a Christian. You need to slap yourself in the face. Because if you're a Christian and you vote for someone like Donald Trump, you are an idiot. You're a fake Christian. For one. For two, you're not even a sensible person. How are you a parent? Like, even the parents. Is this someone you want your kid? You can't even have your kids. You can't even have small kids listen to Trump talk. You can't even have them. Letting your kids listen to Trump talk is dangerous because he's speaking with such hatred. Who wants their kids to hear that? They're taking their kids to these rallies, and I give a little bit more leeway to the whites, because the whites, they're not hiding who they are. Listen. I feel like if you white and you vote for Trump, you're racist anyway. That's just my opinion. Because he's empowering you to be hateful to anybody that's a minority. Not just black folks, but the Mexicans, the Haitians, Indians. Pakistanis. He's empowering you to be hateful to the people who you feel like are taking over what you think is your country. Right now, I'm passing through a little poor area of trailer houses and campers and shit, and it's mostly poor whites, and they're so empowered and excited. Woo! They got a rich white man who they think care about them, but they being empowered, even though they ain't got a pot to piss in or one to throw it out of, and they still ain't gonna have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of if Trump were to win. He ain't doing nothing for him. He's only doing stuff for people that got mean. He's benefiting me. He's benefiting the successful black Negroes that I'm talking about. He's benefiting people that make good money. He ain't benefiting you people. All he doing is giving y'all a sense of pride that he gonna keep the blacks, the Indians, and the Asians from taking y'all country because we coming up. And y'all don't like that because you poor. You don't like the fact that a Negro can make more money than you and live better than you. Drive a BMW, if you please. How about that? They don't like it. They don't like that. They hate that. Anyway, on a serious note, get out to vote. And most people say, vote your country. No. Vote for Kamala. You have to. You have to. If you don't, slap yourself. If you don't, really take a look introspectively at yourself and what you really stand for and what you want your kids. Look at your kids. Look at your faith. Don't be an idiot. If you making decisions, see, maybe this is what the Bible means when it says money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. If you love your money so much that you vote for an evil person, perhaps that's what the Bible means by that. The root of all evil. Never thought about it in that fashion. Never thought about it that way. Gotta preach. Anyway, I'm Lamb. This is Black Leaning. Hit like and subscribe, everybody.